welcome to another bonus episode of Kill James Bond. I am November Kelly. I am joined, as always, by my friends Abigail Thorne and Devon.
G'day.
By my strong friends, by my brave Thanes, Abigail Thorne and Devon.
I pledge you my sword, November, until Ragnarok.
Doing a lot of rowing. Neat.
And we have seen 2007, chiefly notable for CGI Angelina Jolie titties, Beowulf. This is a feminist podcast.
We think it's good.
I don't think this is good. This is Abby's pick. And Abby, my loyal Thane, justify yourself. Why did you make me watch 2007's Beowulf?
I think this movie is quite funny, without meaning to be. I think it's also quite unique. It's strange. It kind of reaches for something and grasps something weird, but like it's kind of a unique and strange beast.
I have some feelings about Beowulf specifically, right? Because I read a translation that was very, very popular in like 2020 by a woman called Maria Davana Headley. And everyone was like, oh, this is so timely, right? Because it started with, it translated wet, the like first word of it, as bro, right? And everyone was like, damn, that's crazy. This is so modern. I read through it and I got to a bit where she describes the Queen as being #blessed, and I just kind of like put it down on the far side of the room, and that book hasn't moved since then in the course of about 4 years. And I think the problem with it was that it was too timely, right? And on that basis, having seen the like 2020 version of like a too timely adaptation of Beowulf, I think now we have to deal with a 2007 version of it, which is this movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, I certainly think visually, we'll talk a little bit about the visuals. Well, let's just do it now.
Yeah,
it's all in CGI. It's all in Shrek-O-Vision. It's all Polar Express moded.
It looks like Shrek. It looks like a Total War event cutscene.
Sometimes that works really, really well, and sometimes it does not. Like, there's some parts of the visuals of this, like, the facial hair on the men looks really good, but then when they have to do faces that aren't men, that don't have facial hair, it does not look good. Angelina Jolie's face in this looks like a PS1 cutscene. It looks real bad. Like, she
looks like a demake of Lea Seydoux in Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is because they stylize all the men really like gruffly and really textured faces, and like this sort of rendering can do that pretty convincingly because you've got a lot of vertices. It's fine. But all the women, they want to make them as smooth as physically possible, and it cannot render that at all. Yeah. They look awful. It's like the first thing we see as well.
They look like seal skin. It's like, it's not
horrific.
Good.
I had a foundation that made me look like Wealthal in this once. I find the whole 90s CGI very alienating to watch.
Really worrying.
I'm not against outdated technology in this respect. Like, I like a Harryhausen movie. I like actually some early CGI. I like Shrek, for instance. Really good, right? But you have the essential question of like, does it have like source or not? Does it have like the degree of like intentionality? And in this case, there's like nothing particularly compelling about it to me. It just looks like bad video game graphics, you know?
Yeah, I'm also not convinced it needed to be CGI. I'm like, what is this adding? Like, could this not have been a live action film?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, there's not a ton that it does with the CGI.
No, not really.
I mean, apart from the fact that you can make Ray Winstone look jacked.
I mean, yeah, Ray Winstone couldn't have done some of the stuff, perhaps. Maybe they should have made it a fucking live action just to see him try.
Yeah.
I will say between this and Skyrim, the like late 2000s, early 2010s, great time to be in a Nordic chanting ensemble. Because anytime you do anything in this movie, including the credits, there's a bunch of guys doing the kind of like Dragonborn Fusradar thing.
Yeah.
You're getting work if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Exactly. And imagine being like...
You'll never go hungry.
Nordic chant equivalent of a podcaster and being like, you get lost in the source a bit and you're like, this is going to keep being this successful forever, you know? I'm just going to like, I'm going to quit my real job. I'm just going to do Nordic chants full time.
Yeah, I imagine doing Nordic chants is going to be a growth industry for a couple of decades, probably.
There must be Nordic chant TikTok.
What, scold talk?
I guess so.
I guess scolding is the closest to being a podcaster that you could get here.
It would be a scolding, yeah. In many ways, we are the modern Scops as well as like Siskel and Ebert, you know?
Yes, indeed.
We sing of your shame, from Iceland to the southern fields, listener. You suck.
We open up on a group of people engaging in what we're doing when we describe someone as a guy we like to see, which is that they're all in a big room chanting this fella's name.
Hrothgar.
Hrothgar, yeah.
They're all going, Hrothgar, Hrothgar, Hrothgar.
You might have had to like read a translation of it in school. Maybe Seamus Heaney's, which is very good. You possibly know the plot of Beowulf, right?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't it. They make some adaptations.
Yeah, they kind of stick to it for about half of it, and then
they narrow it down into a like cohesive movie where Beowulf is instead a kind of epic poem about a guy who's like very good at killing monsters and also like swiving. They use swive as a like a synonym for fuck here, which is not funny. It's never been funny.
Yeah. Anyway, so we open up on King Hrothgar, played by Anthony Hopkins. He's feasting in his new mead hall.
Yes,
and everyone's having a very rowdy party. Like everyone's fucking and drinking and like like mead shit. It's great. Like, and also his queen is here and she's sick of this shit.
She hates this cunt.
I wrote down in the Viking hall, shaking my head so people know I don't agree with the raping and pillaging, and that's basically what she's doing.
Oh, I wish we were woke instead of raping and pillaging.
Yeah, I wish we could skip to the bit of, to the point of Swedish history where it's like social democracy instead of this.
Yeah, because we're Denmark in the year 507. It's a long time before woke.
Way before woke.
These days, you can't even land a series of longships next to a monastery, pillage, rape, enslave, and slaughter, and then take the survivors as thralls back to Sweden. That's not allowed now because of woke.
You can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
They literally won't let you. They made laws.
These days, if you try to go Viking, as like an activity, that's like several crimes, which is bullshit.
Viking.
I mean, it was crimes then. But...
That's actually true. Like, a guy who Vikes, a Vikinger, is like, the activity is Viking.
What, for real?
Yeah, for real.
Holy shit.
Now this is an educational podcast, chat.
To Viking, it's an act. It's a guy who Vikings.
Fixing to go out Viking this evening? Wow, that's fantastic.
Out for a Vike, are you, bud?
You could translate the whole thing as like raiders, if you like.
Hell yeah. There's another guy as well, a fella called Unferth, played by John Malkovich. He's all about this hot new god coming out of the Middle East, out of the Roman Empire. This fella by the name of Christ Jesus. Have you heard of him?
New god just dropped.
Big fan.
Every time he's on screen for the first half of a movie, he is like whispering to someone, "Hey man, you heard about God?"
This is your classic like evil vizier situation. He's looking sinister as hell. He like real greasy hair.
He's pissing.
Yeah.
Whispering a lot, plotting, scheming.
He's explaining Christianity to somebody while they piss. Hrothgar, meanwhile, Hrothgar's fucking.
Hrothgar, yeah.
Hrothgar is he is a guy who fucks, yes.
He fucks not his wife.
He's drunk.
He's naked. He's wrapped in a bedsheet. So he comes to the front of the hall and he's like, what's up, everybody? And everyone's like, woo!
Everyone's like, let's go, Hrothgar!
Let's go! It's like us at a live show.
Yeah, basically.
Like before the Swedes found moderate social democracy to like channel this stuff into, they had to be like this. Danes are still like this.
Yeah.
So
he's like, let's give us a fucking treasure!
Hi, Freya.
The audience are going nuts. Like, they love it. They chant, they sing. And he's like, look, this is my brand new mead hall. I've gotten all my boys together, everyone in chat. Special thanks so much. I'm calling it Herot.
Yes. It means stag, like heart.
Cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah, stag weekend with the boys.
Yeah.
It's literally a stag party hall. Like,
yeah, it is. Yeah.
The etymology of fascinating.
And his wife is just like, oh, it's so good. Like, and as he's saying this, like his bed sheet falls down and everyone like his dick is out and it was like, wah! Everyone's going nuts, right? And so all the men are like, they chant, they sing, and then we just have this amazing, like really good pullback.
Really long
pullback over the dark hills through the kind of like the wintry forests, like all the way over the mountains.
You hear it echoing, like the celebration getting quieter and quieter as we pull back.
Into a cave. Where it reaches the very sensitive ears of Grendel.
Misophonia is such a struggle.
Yeah.
If I speak.
We reach the ears of a neurodivergent king, Grendel, who is played by Crispin Glover, guy we love to CGI.
Hell fucking yeah. Guy we love to CGI. Very good.
They really CGI'd Crispin Glover. They CGI'd the shit out of him.
He's like a creepy, hairy fish abomination / Attack on Titan.
He's like a fucked guy.
Yeah.
He's not good.
This repulsive monster is like, you are actually impinging on me by making any kind of noise whatsoever. He's me in the like quiet car, right?
For real. This is you hearing like a packet of crisps open and just be like, ah!
Exactly. So like scream, stalk immediately towards the source of the sound to begin to like rip and tear. Yes.
Yeah.
Walk in, rip bodily apart. You standing up in a quiet car. You are getting dismembered. I am coming to dismember you. Stay where you are.
I'm screaming the whole time also.
Of
we
course.
get this quite sort of fucking horrific sequence where everyone's partying.
He turns some like real EDM strobe lights on, first of all.
He's about to go Grendel mode.
He activates Grendel mode because like when he kicks open the door of the hall, the fire goes out and I was like, oh, it's tense. And then the fire glows blue because Grendel's also kind of magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
He fucks them up, like he
yeah.
pulls off limbs, he throws dudes into spikes. It's like, it's fucking brutal. Like it's just a lot of blood. This is not Shrek-O-Vision anymore. Well, it's all in Shrek-O-Vision, but it's like super fucked up.
It's like a kid like microwaving their toys to see something done like this in Shrek-O-Vision.
Yeah, it's like Attack on Titan. It's like that kind of, he's eating people.
Yeah, this is a rip and tear shit. Should be playing BFG Division over the background of this, whereas instead the soundtrack is simply just a guy screaming really, really loud, which is so fun to watch on TV.
It's a real loud movie, and they really do substitute like screaming for like pathos, I guess.
Yeah. They're like, well, this guy's clearly upset. You can tell on account of he's screaming louder than anything you've ever heard.
Yeah.
But he won't touch Anthony Hopkins.
Interesting.
Even though Anthony Hopkins is like, come on.
He's trying to debate him in even. Like he's going like, fight me. He's like holding a sword. But he won't do it. He won't do it.
He's woke. Woke Grendel.
Grendel rips through all of these guys and then at the end is just like, this is nothing. You should see what's happening on American university campuses. Because of DEI. Not because of the other thing.
If when Hrothgar had built Herod, he had done a land acknowledgement, maybe this whole thing could have been avoided.
We're on stolen Grendel land, stolen monster land.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think Grendel should have moved away. Quite frankly, it's his problem. All right? This is very much an I consent, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, who asked you, dog?
It's a real kind of like local like planning law dispute, you know? Like, you've built the Captain Tom onsen on Grendel's land.
Exactly. I'm the king of this fucking place. I've been raiding. I've got my boys, my Skalds, my Heralds, my Raiders, my Vikings. We've done some Viking. We're back to in the post-Vike period to like, you know, settle down.
Post-Vike clarity.
Yeah, swiving, yeah.
We're sort of in that refractory period post-Viking before you Vike again.
You wake up post-Vike, you find you've got a bunch of Christian thralls you don't even know what to do with, and you're like a bit repulsed by yourself.
We're all having a great time. We're celebrating. And then some guy no one's even met before kicks the door down and says, this is a certified Grendel Beowulf 2007 moment. And fucking Gren's all over my boys. And that's my fault? Like, I'm supposed to change my behavior?
I have to say, like, I take the opposite view. Like, as somebody who is having construction work done directly underneath her office, and that's been going on for the last month and a half, I have been down there to that building site a couple of times and Grendelled them. And I've Grended these guys a couple of times and been like, shut the fuck up.
How many construction workers have you killed, Abby?
Not enough, apparently, because they're still at it. But like, no, I have sympathy. Like, you can't just come rocking up under, like, Grendel works there. Grendel records audio and video. Like, do you understand? Grendel is a podcaster. Grendel has shit to do. You can't just be rocking up underneath Grendel's office making this kind of fucking noise, especially not on a Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. Shut up.
So, Hrothgar is like, right, Grendel flees into the night.
Who goes there? It's me, Guy Ritchie's Beowulf. And I'm here to say you have to subscribe to Kill James Bond on Patreon if you want to hear the rest of this one. That's right, motherfucker. It's behind the paywall. And I gotta be honest with you, this one's worth it. This one's worth the $5 on its own. I had such a good time with this one. You're gonna want to be behind the paywall.